right. So we are live, take two. So thank you all for bearing with us for that momentary technology failure. We are good to go. As I say every week, the crew of the Luna Sea, who are currently posing as Leviathan Rangers, are eagerly waiting behind the velvet curtain. And so, without any further ado, let's bring them in. Hey players, how is everybody this evening?
Good.
Great. All right, fantastic. So, does anybody else besides me want to give this week's recap? What happened last week? What's currently going on? Nope. Anybody recall?
I forget the last part. Do we make a hasty retreat? And we got back, and now we're being interrogated.
Well, we were investigating the possibilities of a criminal underworld, which had brought us to the Jurassic Park-esque compound that they had going on there. And, you know, after we confronted one of the people there, seems to be, you know, working for Joker and a part of this sort of underground system. Looks like he did have some solid proof that he's been working for them, but the people who we are currently undercover working for, I'm not quite sure how much we're going to reveal to them, since they may also be, you know, on the payroll or whatever, because I'm not sure how deep the conspiracy sort of goes.
Yeah.
Not sure if there were fundamental things that I missed in there, but you know, we're gonna have to figure out how to play it.
No, I mean, so you were last week. You were tasked with patrolling Sector 7, which is, you know, was supposed to be easy duty for all intents and purposes, and by the keen eye of T Prime, you happened to notice a series of lights that were out of place in an area that should not have been populated by a settlement. And so you kind of, you know, made a slow, somewhat stealthy approach, and were actually kind of greeted and waved in to come land the hopper that you were piloting. And when you got to the ground, you found a illegal fighting ring for the local kind of what are locally referred to as dinosaurs, but you know, the local reptilian community. And so after a quick kind of discussion with the guards at the front gate, they retrieved their boss, a debtor named Boraz, who tried to pass off some pretty shoddy documentation to you. and you know, the jig was up pretty quick. But as soon as some of the patrons realized that, you know, you guys weren't going to just go along with the charade, they got a bit nervous, one of which took off in a crawler, a surface vehicle, and happened to crash into the power generator, dropping all of the containment fields for all the Lasseroons, the dinosaurs, which led to a stampede and many of the guards just being trampled, you know, almost instantly. So ultimately, after rescuing a couple of hunters who happened to, you know, inadvertently wander into this mess, you know, while the rest of their compatriots were attacked and killed by various different Lasseroons, but you managed to get back to you managed to get back to your base at Ralston Station, and basically we're greeted by Sergeant Sled, who is the female ranger sergeant who you met on the first day you arrived, who was given the documentation of your transfer, and Lieutenant Drake, who has asked to debrief you and has taken you all into a kind of prefab structure, set you up in separate rooms with what appears to be one-way glass, and is very interested in having a word with you. So that's where we're going to pick up today. So basically what we're going to do is it'll be a collective kind of interrogation scenario. Should be kind of interesting, but we're going to settle disputes with card draws. So here's how it's going to go down. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask one question to each of you, okay, and that question is going to be answered based on your experience or your belief of the situation. And bear in mind that, your character would not necessarily have any sense of what the other players are going to say. But if you disagree, right? If you disagree with what that person said and would provide a contradictory story, we'll flip the cards. Everybody understand?
I think so.
All right, so I'll show you how it'll work when we get there. So I'll go ahead and start with let's see, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's go with Rybax.
Okay.
Okay, so Rybax, he's gonna say to you. So Rybax, when you landed. Well, so actually, the question he's going to ask you is, what made you land your hopper at the compound in Section 7?
We were on patrol, and we noticed a gathering at that location, and we dropped in to investigate.
Okay. All right. So he says, okay. So he doesn't object to any part of your story. So moving on, Beatbox. When you arrived at the compound, what was the general atmosphere, and were there other Jump Corp agents present, to your knowledge?
It was very pleasant, considering. Everybody welcomed us. They looked forward to seeing us, and we had a nice conversation right before all hell broke loose. Regarding the other Jump Corps, there were some other guys that, let me pull up the registry. Boop, boop, boop. Uncertain.
He doesn't believe you. All right. T Prime, his first question to you is, when you met the character Boraz, what was your first impression of him, and how did you imagine the situation playing out?
It was clear by his behavior and his wording that he had something to hide from the beginning, only to be confirmed with his fraudulent documents on approach to produce.
Fraudulent. They had a lot of pictures of penises on them. I don't.
And furthermore, I wish it didn't play out where so many innocent people may have been injured. But to be honest, an illegal operation like this usually winds up in the end a lot of people injured.
All right. He seems to believe your rendition of the story. Kadura.
I
When
want a lawyer. Forearms folded.
I claim the 478th Amendment to the Galactic Constitution, my right to not say anything and flick you all off with 4 different hands.
You know, God gave me 4 hands. I'm gonna use them. No, go ahead.
All right. So he asks you, did you make any effort to attempt to repair the generator before having to resort to executing the animals?
I attempted to, but before I could get there, the last animals had fled from their cages, and there would have been no point repairing them when there were more important things happening at that time, like my colleagues being trampled.
Okay.
If I remember right. I don't think that.
So you remember what you remember.
Yeah.
I mean, this is this is a debrief, right? So so he's uncertain about the level of effort you made towards trying to fix the generator.
Look, I used my extra movement speed. I'm not sure what more you want.
I rolled a movement die, damn it.
I rolled it. Just rolled a 2. What do you want from me?
Okay,
pretty sure.
so that's the first round of questions. Okay, now my question to you guys is, of the 4 kind of stories or renditions that you heard, is there anything that one of you would contradict based on what another member of the crew has said?
Hard to say. Maybe Daystars.
Okay. So
Right, I wouldn't have said that I saw any other Jump Corps members over there, and I would have said it was a gambling atmosphere. I mean, people were happy before, things started getting shifty and messed up.
The whole operation was illegal. People were up to no good. But I didn't see Jump Corps involved.
I didn't see other Jump Corps employees.
So he says to you, T Prime, he says, it's come to my attention that there were several members of the Natural Order group, which we believe to be, local bioterrorists that operate here on Leviathan, present that evening. We also believe that there were faction agents belonging to a crime syndicate known as the Rangorians that operate here as well, primarily out of the burrows. Did you see any of those agents while you were at the fighting ring?
Well, that's actually 2 parts here. So, the first, the organization that terrorists, bioterrorists. I don't recall actually seeing them directly here at this location, to my knowledge. Things happen pretty quick. But as far as the Burroughs crime syndicate, there were actual paperwork providing evidence that there was a ledger sheet, and that contained information regarding, I believe, 80 something CM, possibly, to the name of what we believe to be a local crime lord. His name is Jokor.
Okay, so when you say the name Jokor, he kind of sits back in his chair and he looks at you and he says, So we're aware of the character Joe Core and the influence that he has on the Burrows, but at this point, don't consider him as big a threat as the Natural Order. So, so he calls the guards at this point, and he says, "Guards, bring the rest of them here." And so the rest of you guys come in, and you sit with T Prime in his room. They bring in chairs, and you guys all sit down. He says, so we're pretty confident that there were members of the Natural Order present and attempting to sabotage the event, which may be what led to the generator explosion.
May I jump in?
Of course, yeah. No, you guys are here, so now it's an open dialogue.
If you wouldn't mind, sir, I seem to recall there being sort of a general panic amongst the people, and the thing it was set off by a land vehicle running into the generator by a panicked patron. Perhaps they were part of the Natural Order, but it seemed to me like a random, unfortunate accident.
So, why was there a panic in the first place?
As we were discussing matters with the proprietor of the establishment, our conversations began to get heated and animated, and as the customers, I'm sure, knew that their fun was not exactly government sanctioned, they, sort of mass confusion started to grip them, and all it takes is one small spark, one idiot to set things off, and it seems like that just may have been what happened.
Did you get a good look at the individual that crashed the crawler into the generator?
No. By that time, it was sort of a mass of moving bodies.
He was this really small guy, only about that big.
Yeah. A halfling, if you will.
Okay.
Quarterling. I mean, this guy was dating.
So he says, well, Orbital showed a group of 6 making their way from the scene shortly after the incident was reported. They headed east in the direction of the Burrows, but they were on foot. We've pulled up some satellite imagery, and it looks like there may be a cave structure about an hour's walk from where the compound was, that they may be using as a satellite facility. I was hoping that one of you would be able to identify a member of the group of what we believe are saboteurs, to determine if they are the same group we think that is operating within this, cave structure, this underground structure. But since none of you seem to recall having gotten a good look at any of the patrons aside from the guards and Boraz, I don't know if this is the right job for you.
We might be able to find some paperwork or other evidence there linking the two.
Speaking of paperwork, you mentioned there were some documents that were recovered at the scene. May I have them?
I was the one who picked them up. I'll hand them over.
Okay. So basically, there's a kind of a just a almost index card size, kind of note tablet, and then there's a just kind of a scratch pad, which is where the names and the other kind of rough figures are. But the note pad contains what looks like a ledger, and so he just kind of scrolls through it real quick, and he says, "Yes, this. Okay." So he lays it on the table, and he pushes a kind of a series of corners on it, and up pops a small hologram of a human-looking person dressed in red and green kind of patchwork armor, and carrying a rifle. And he says, do you know who this is? I don't imagine you would. You've only been here for a cup of coffee. But anyway, so this is Bernard Dack. He is one of the cell leaders for the Natural Order. It seems this ledger belongs to him. And so you see, and he kind of, you know, it's a hologram, you know, and it kind of rotates around, and then eventually it just kind of sinks back into the tablet, and then on the display of the tablet there's a lock symbol that appears.
Top secret.
All right, so I put the name in the chat window for you guys. So he says, in order for us to retrieve additional information and potentially link this to others on the island, or reveal some more insight about the workings of the Natural Order, we're gonna have to investigate that cave structure. If history is any indication, the last time we took one of these, there were about 40 terrorists inside. So my expectation is that stealth would be in order.
I don't think I have any stealth grenades.
What I'd like to do is I'd like you to get within range, get me some visuals, and then ultimately, if it comes to it, we'll send in the cavalry. But these types of camps tend to disappear very quickly. So the other reason why I called you in here is, unfortunately, I need to send you right back out. So
We didn't even get that cup of coffee. What do we do if we see Dak?
So the preferred thing would be to get him to unlock this tablet. But since it is a it's a biometric authentication, you know, bringing back his hands and his eyes should get it done. So are you up for another trip this evening?
My show's on, but I have TiVo.
All right. He says, he yells out in the hallway, "Sled!" And Sergeant Sled comes in. He says, "Fuel up 16. Get it ready to go. I think the crew might be headed back out. So what do you say?"
Your first name isn't Rosebud, is it?
It is not.
Okay. It would be nice. It's a pretty name.
I'm named after the 21st century pop singer, Lieutenant Drake.
Nice.
Anyway,
Oh, my bad. I thought I was talking to Sergeant Sled for a second.
oh no, no, no. Sled's just outside the door.
Ah.
So she, you know, she goes, and you hear she calls to a bunch of, you know, like engineer types, and she's just barking out orders, you know, prep 16, blah blah blah. So you hear that as she's kind of running out. So what do you say, guys? I'll have the, like I said, I'll have the cavalry on standby. But if we go in there, guns blazing, then, you know, the possibility of us retrieving what we need to retrieve in a usable condition is very low. So he says, I've got a satellite image that I can pull up. Let me switch over to the Fantasy Grounds so that those while watching at home can follow along. All right. So here we go. Okay. All right. So hold on, let me just zoom this in so that everybody can see. So he pulls up this, you know, this image, and you notice it starts like really high, right, and it just zooms right in. But he says, hold on. He pulls out a marker, and he says, there, that we believe to be the entrance to the cave system. There are a couple of landing areas, probably about an hour's walk from the north or the east. You can pick which you prefer, but as of right now, we're not seeing any activity. But periodically, we do see, we do see activity around the mouth of the cave system. We're not getting anything on thermals, and you know, the harmonic system, which basically does like an ultrasound, is picking up sub terrestrial movement in this entire vicinity. It seems to be not an excessively large structure, but definitely large enough to house a small company of potential terrorists. So that's all the intel we've got right now.
But there's no thermal activity? I mean, how can that be possible?
So every once in a while we get thermal when somebody exits.
Oh, I see.
But the ground here is going to buffer any kind of thermal readings for anything subterranean.
This sounds like we can go in there and not expect to encounter people in the very first instant. We can at least take time to collect ourselves. See what we've gotten ourselves into.
Yeah.
Okay.
There is a possibility that there may be a guard detachment in and around this area. There might be a roving patrol or two, so just be mindful of roving patrols when you head in. So, any other questions?
No, sir.
All right. You head out to the pad. 16 should be ready to go. Good luck.
The same one we took last time.
No. So 16 should be ready to go. It has a more formidable weapons complement than a typical scout ship. But it's also got a whisper drive system, which makes it incredibly quiet. So 16 is what we use for the more tactical operations. Just stay on comms. I'll be reaching out. Now get moving. All right, so you guys, anybody have anything else to say to the lieutenant before heading out, or anything that you need before you go. I mean, you only got a couple minutes. Basically, they're you'll be heading right to the hopper.
No, Lieutenant, my lieutenant.
Any tips? I'm not that trained about moving around with any sort of stealth.
Just keep your head and your arms down. Now remember, these terrorists aren't, they're not trained soldiers, right? Most of them were, were just inspired by some propaganda, right? Some of them are ex-mil or mercenary types, but really the ones that are the most dangerous are the leaders. They're the ones that have significant training and and can organize the rest of the the faction agents. So they're the ones you got to be careful of. Now, you don't necessarily have to engage, right? As a matter of fact, the preference would be to to not engage and just murder everybody. Looks real bad on my report. But if that's what it takes to get a leg up on the Natural Order and the Rangorians, then so be it.
Yeah, get your report ready.
Yeah. Oh well. I'll be typing while you're gone.
Get started.
All right. All right. So you guys make your way to the pads, and you notice. First thing you notice as you're approaching is, as I mentioned, there's a much more formidable armament. So you've got the where you had the dual mounted laceroon rifles on the other hopper you had. You've got a quad laceroon rifle, and then you've got a pair of miniguns that are attached to this this hopper. In addition to that, it is, whereas the normal hoppers are painted like a muted gray, this one is kind of a charcoal color, and does not have any exterior marker lights or insignias. So you approach, the hatch comes down. Inside, it's spotless. It's well appointed. It is well maintained, and so if there's nothing else, you can lift off immediately.
Good door.
I can't think of anything else.
I'm equipped.
Who's the stealthiest among us? Like we were talking about before. Who should be...
Beatbox, 100%.
Beatbox. Got it.
Beatbox.
Yeah. No, he's all stealth all the time.
Is there a stealth song that he can play?
Yep.
It's
called
Screamo,
No Song.
but
It's called
like
Not Playing a
rock.
Song.
I'm
Yeah.
playing it now.
Yep. It's only audible to dogs and certain prairie creatures.
Hopefully they don't
Warthogs.
have dogs. Are you good at stealth though?
I am.
You are?
Got an 8.
Okay. I don't.
So you guys climb aboard, and Kadura, when you sit down at the helm, you notice something, that it has a different type of helm than the other jumpers, or hoppers. Sorry. You basically put your arms inside of these sleeves, and they're like finger holes. And it's called
arms?
a bio interface control system. So two arms, right?
And use the other two to jerk off.
Yeah, no, totally. But anyway, so it has a bio interface drive system, which basically interprets your hand movements rather than manipulating a traditional panel.
It's like the Nintendo Power Glove.
So yeah, basically it's the equivalent of the Nintendo Power Glove, but if it actually worked because that thing never worked. All it did was
It
give you
tried its
like
best.
sprained fingers. But anyway,
Yeah, well,
all right, so yeah, so you put your arms in, but basically what it's going to mean is because it has a because it has an advanced drive system, you're going to get an additional +2 to all your piloting rolls while operating this vehicle.
okay.
Okay, so you guys dust off.
I
Okay.
think so. I'll ask for clearance to leave the hangar.
Clearance.
Beep boop.
Anyway, so you pull away. Hey, Baboonsky, thanks for the host, man. Anyway, so you guys pull away, and you guys you approach. You know, it's a relatively short trip, and you get around where that previous camp was, and you see a whole bunch of activity in that area. It appears that Jump Corp has sent a cleanup crew out to that area to police up bodies and wrangle up the additional wildlife that had escaped. And so all of that is kind of going on as you're passing over, and you know that this cave entrance that you need to explore is it's about another 10 minutes worth of flight to the east, but then Sergeant Drake recommended you land about a good distance away just to avoid. Now you can press your luck, right, because you do have a whisper drive to try to approach closer, save on some of the walking time if you want, or you can land in the areas that he recommends. So what would you prefer?
I can pilot the thing directly into the hole, and then we can take them on with the ship's weapons from there. Or,
yeah, that probably wouldn't work so great because the cave entrance. Yeah, the cave entrance is only about 8 feet across, and then about 10 feet high. So the hopper is much larger than that.
do we have proton torpedoes?
You do not.
Let's land it a relatively long distance away. I'd rather approach on foot. Seriously,
Okay, so when he gave you the sat images, he basically said, here this is LZ Alpha and LZ Bravo. So Alpha was about an hour's walk to the west, which would mean an hour's walk east, so from west to east, and then LZ Bravo was about an hour's walk from the north to the south. So which do you prefer?
Let's go to the north.
North.
Okay, anybody else have a preference? No? Okay, north it is. So you find with relative ease the area denoted as LZ Bravo. It's basically a kind of grassy clearing to the north of the identified cave structure. So you, with basically no difficulty, you set down in the grassy area and shut down the engines and begin to make your way. So you get down, shut down the engines. Everybody leaves the shuttle, or
I'll rub a little mud
hopper
on it to camouflage it.
I'm sure it'll blend right in.
Good.
And so you're gonna make your way on foot from here. So let me just give you. Okay, and as you open the hatch, the heat and humidity and the sounds of the jungle kind of set in, And once you walk to the edge of the grassy kind of clearing that you landed in, you see that, you know, even though this is kind of the considered the grasslands, but there is a, you know, pretty decent kind of canopy. You know, it's a little sparse in areas, but there's a decent canopy. In the distance, you hear the sounds of Les Saroons just going about their normal lives. The wild versions, not the ones in captivity. And so, other than that, you hear random sounds from pretty seemingly every direction. The sounds of insects and other reptilian creatures. I mean, this is a wild environment. The majority of Leviathan is untamed. So how do you guys want to orient yourself for the march on the way there?
I can go in the front. I don't mind. Attempting to use my expert skills in observation to notice any problems or dangers before we run into it.
Okay. I can go. Rybax can go second.
Well, probably
Okay.
fourth, I guess.
Okay, so T Prime,
They start
Rybax,
staying back on the hopper. He doesn't want to come
T
with.
Prime, Rybax, Kadura, Beatbox. Yeah, is that the order?
Sounds fine to me.
Or
Yeah, sure.
okay. All right. So you guys gear up and head out. And for about the first kind of half hour of your walk, it's relatively quiet. I mean, there are a couple of points at which you stop, kind of get down, look around, because you hear something in the distance. But otherwise, it passes uneventfully. Once you get into the second half of the walk, the sounds of activity can be heard in the distance, and what I mean by that is you hear the sounds of machinery, and you hear the sounds of voices, but they're too distant to determine what they're saying. But you hear the sounds of what sounds like people talking in the distance.
Can I see through my scope a greater distance? Anything in that direction?
It's so. Go ahead and give me a notice roll.
All right. Thank you for that scope. I get a +2.
If we get caught, should we pretend we're like a lost hunting group or something like that? That'll explain the blaster rifles.
All right. So you see shapes. They're still pretty far away. But they seem to, every once in a while you'll see a shape kind of pass from one tree to another. And almost in like sequence, like as if it's choreographed. So it looks like you can't necessarily tell if it's a person, because it's starting to, it's just at dawn, more or less, right? So it's so there's the environment is a little bit on the dark side. It's beginning to brighten, but you'll see a figure move from one kind of tree to the next, and it almost seems like rhythmic, like like it's a pattern.
Okay, so I relay that to the group. I see some movement up ahead.
So it's a good distance. You'd venture to guess that it's probably about 2,000 yards. So it's it's a good distance, and that's why it's difficult to make out exactly what it is. But when you focus, you just see kind of the figure move across, periodically. And mostly at this point you're catching kind of you're catching silhouettes on a horizon, more or less, because there are kind of hills and valleys in this area. So you're catching silhouettes kind of move to the top and kind of crest the hill and then disappear.
Can I tell like how many?
It's hard to say because they disappear. So you can't tell if it's one person or multiple people kind of walking in a group.
All right. Well, I signal this information to the group. I tell them we need to be alert, and I'd like to approach as cautiously and stealthily as I can, and continue checking both the perimeter, the flanks, and this particular area where the activity seems, as I gain, the distance between these 2,000 yards, to see if I can improve what my understanding is, or see what they're doing or carrying, or if it's different people traveling between, this movement that I see in a pattern. Okay.
So are you going to try to stealth up ahead a little bit to try to get a better look?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, about how far ahead did you want to go? So like I said, at max distance on your scope, okay, you're seeing about 2,000 yards. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and even at 2,000 yards, it's hard to make out the figures. So you would imagine that they're a bit further than that. But it's up to you, so whatever distance you want to move up, you can move up.
Well, out of the 2,000, I'd like to at least move 250 yards ahead. That's still quite a gap to cover.
Sorry, how much? How
200, 250 yards.
far? Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get a stealth roll. Okay. Yeah, you make it.
Like, I hope it's okay.
Yeah, you make it up your 250 yards, and you find a nice spot kind of behind a cluster of trees, and take out your scope, I imagine, to try to take another look.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. So go ahead and give me another notice roll. Okay. So this time, you make out that it appears to be a group of people, all wearing some, so they're dressed in dark, kind of patchwork armor uniforms, and they seem to be kind of walking a predictable path, right? So so in your life you've seen a patrol before. This looks like a patrol that seems to be walking along kind of a preset patrol path, right? So they pass at regular intervals. Hey FGC, thanks. Welcome. Thanks for joining us.
All right. So in other words, I see that they're on a sort of a patrol route, and obviously, as they move about, there are gaps in that patrol route.
Yeah. So it appears to be. So what you're seeing right now is you're seeing one patrol, which is, let's see. looks to be it looks to be about six members of the patrol that are walking in groups of three. So there's two groups of three.
Okay.
So a group of three passes, and then another group of three passes. One thing you notice is that they seem to be armed with some kind of like club of some kind, or like a I don't, it looks like maybe a stun club. And primarily they seem to be concerned about the Laceroons, not so much the concept of other people approaching, because they're not making any attempt to be quiet. Like, they're actively chatting. You're still a good distance away, so it's hard to hear what they're saying. You can't really hear what they're saying, but so you can see their mouths moving on your scope. So they're chatting it up as they walk.
Okay. I put in a comm link. I can see that it seems like there's patrols ahead. Two groups, 3 by 3.
Yeah. So you're gonna walk back to the group and share that information with them?
Can we use our comm links?
Oh yeah, no, you can.
That's how I'd like to communicate
Okay.
back. Do you guys want to move up, or you want me to circle back with you and we can plan an alternate route? But I think we're gonna have to get past these guards.
I don't want to confront them if I don't have to.
Kadura is scared. No balls.
4 arms, no balls.
Well, there's a couple ways. One way would be maybe create a distraction and see if we can divert them away and sneak into the area. Try that to create a diversion.
Yes, maybe.
Sure. We can set a timer on a grenade. If we can see the direction they're going in. Okay, are they moving towards us?
Well, they seem to be maybe circling the area, so they're on a perimeter patrol.
We can't time it and slip past them.
I'm trying. I think that would be another way. There are gaps in their time, I'm sure, in their sequence between actually intervals of the circuit. We have to time it right, and hopefully we have a little luck. We should be able to get past them. We should.
We can also find, at the same time, we can leave a distraction in a route somewhere, like a grenade trap or something like that. Something obvious that they'll find and spend a few moments investigating. And we'll know that their patrol will be paused for a minute. We can use that opportunity to slip past.
That also might have a backfire and calling only more guards into the area as well.
So as you guys are in the middle of talking about this, a sound comes over your comms. This is Drake. Come in.
Loud and clear, Drake.
So we've got some movement on the surface around the cave structure. Not sure if you have engaged or observed. Report status.
We're still about a half mile away from it. We've only encountered a patrol so far.
We're accessing the perimeter at the current time.
All right, so orbital picks up 6 roving, 2 static. Over. Confirm.
All right, confirm. Roger.
Okay.
All right. So we've got two tours on the perimeter, and we have 2 We have 6 on the perimeter tour, and we have 2 stationary guards to contend with. So
What's the most likely route to slip through? Over.
So orbital shows one group north, one group east, static flanking the opening. Over.
we come
So
from
we
the
come
south
at
and
it.
west.
We can run over there. We can fly over there real quick with the whisper drive. Might be a better angle to come at.
No, we're
Get
almost
around the
here.
stationary patrols.
I think we just have to circumvent the patrols. I think our
Okay,
best-
so you guys are going to be coming from the north.
right,
Okay, based on where you landed.
right.
Stationary
so-
patrol there, right? Yeah.
So there's, well, no, he says there's one roving patrol to the north of the cave entrance that they can see on SAT.
hmm and one on the east.
Yeah, and one to the east.
Okay.
They might have.
Then there were 2 static guards. Where they reported.
The static guards are flanking the opening. So here, let me go ahead and reveal, based on the sat nav information, I'll reveal those guys, so you can see them. They're flanking the cave entrance.
Oh, I see.
And then the north group is the one that you can see. So that's 6, 3, and 4. Hold on. 6,
Huh.
3, and 4. So those are the ones you can see from where you are. So these guys are like this. Of course, they're highly skilled. So they point their guns at each other, you know, because they're well trained.
They don't trust each other.
Yeah. So they seem to be kind of static, and then these guys are just kind of moving around, you know. So let me just, there we go, for our friends following at home. So, so you got, again, you're coming from the north, so you're still about, you know, about 2,000 yards away from kind of this roving patrol to the north. So how did you want to proceed?
Drake, I thought you said there was little activity around this area. Why all the hubbub?
So we don't have
Sure,
confirmation at this point, but speculation is all of the activity back at the fighting camp has pulled the hornets out of the nest. Over.
Well, I think you're going to have to add some more names to your report, because this is the only way in is going to have to be going through these guards.
Wait. Well, they have communications devices just like us, don't they? We might be able to hack through them and convince them to, you know,
Follow a
reinforcements.
wild goose chase.
Reinforcements needed. It's an anomaly. Ripping the
Send them-
fabric of
send them
space
to the
time.
east.
Come and see. You know, they'll run off.
Okay.
Can we try that? Can I try to hack into the communication systems and then we can?
So you can try to pick up broadcast. I mean, if they're using broadcast systems, you may be able to intercept. You wouldn't be able to transmit, but you'd be able to potentially intercept, which may be handy.
We can always try to confront one of these patrols and kill them before they realize it. And then we can, well, but then we'll have uniforms too.
And their communication devices.
We can pretend that, sorry, Rybacks, but we may have to pretend that we captured you. And me, possibly. Well, I'm not sure if those disguises would work. I mean, we're so diverse. Since we don't have one filthy human around. Or we kill them, stealthily and just have their communicators and try to disrupt their thing from there. Or follow them at a safe distance, and eventually they'll come back to their compound, and we can watch for a moment to slip in or something like that. I don't know. I'm spitballing here. What do you guys think?
Can you jam the comm links?
Can I jam the comm links?
You can try, sure.
If you jam them, let's just attack.
You can, basically what you can do is you can broadcast, if you can identify the channel that they're on, what you can do is you can broadcast static over there. So for those of you that are paying attention to the chat, an elaborate plan laid out by Catalyst has been posted in the chat. So basically the recommendation is follow that. But yes, you can identify the channel that they're operating on, and you can broadcast static over it, which would make it seem like it's malfunctioning.
Give the people what they want.
Yeah.
Let's give the people what they want.
Grenades it is.
Yeah, I mean, so
the guards
they say fire
flanking.
in the hole. I have
Sorry.
thermal grenades, and we do have a hole.
All right.
Man. Okay.
So the guards that are flanking the cave entrance have just they've kind of rotated and they're facing away from you guys now.
Could you is the rest of the team within range to be put on the map, or are we still too far?
You guys are still too far. So when you get to the point, I'll put you on the map, but you're still too far away. If you're going to approach, then that's fine. You can approach, but at this point, you're still pretty far away. So the view that you have is through T Prime's scope, basically, and he's providing play-by-play.
All right. Rybacks would like to move forward.
Stealthily or just deliberately?
No. I mean, I as stealthily as I can. It's not natural to me.
Okay. All right. So, so go ahead and give me an unskilled roll.
No, we're all skilled in stealth.
Here goes our FOP blown.
Stealth with one of our...
Oh, that's right. No. So stealth goes under athletics.
We can all get a raise on this, technically.
Okay, so it's athletics. That's perfect if it's athletics.
Yeah.
All right.
Stealth exists.
No, stealth is its own thing, I thought.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. No, sorry. Yes, stealth is.
Sorry, Buttons.
I don't have it on here, but is if it's one of the... It's
You
the
should
4.
have a 6. Or no, sorry. You're supposed to have a 4.
That's fine. I'll
Yeah.
plug in a 4.
How long have we been out here, actually?
You've been out here since you left your hopper,
Yeah.
about 45 minutes.
I'm not sure if we would have time for me to, or maybe
All
I would
right,
do
nailed
it in the
it.
meantime,
Super stealthy Rybacks.
to try to use my jack of all trades.
So did you want to try to take out the comms?
Sure. Yeah, let's try that.
Alright.
I do want to try to take out the comms. That'll disorganize them. That'll make it easier for us to approach. Let's do that.
All right. So go ahead and give me a repair roll. But that repair roll at a -2.
Oh man. That's okay. I have a +2 to it, so it just evens out.
Before you go too far on that, if I would love to assist you on that.
All right.
I think I have just the thing. I think if we work together with some teamwork,
Ah.
then,
Maybe some appropriate music.
There you go. All right.
I'll play the music softly, but
We're gonna need a montage.
yeah,
Even Rocky had a montage.
I'll work with
All right.
you
Wow.
to try and get these comms jammed.
Wow.
So for those following at home, Beatbox is playing the teamwork action card, which basically reads, as you might be able to see, your hero and any adjacent allies at a +4 to their next trait rolls. The allies must be adjacent to you when the card is played to receive the bonus. So you all are adjacent, so you all receive a +4 on your next trait roll. So Kadura, you get a +4 on your repair roll to try to disable the comms.
Right. Does that include the, well, +4 -2?
Yeah, so
Leading
the
to a
net is a
+2.
+4. The net is a +4. So just put a +2 in your modifier, and you're good to
Okay.
go.
And then I have one of my edges that I took is the Mixture Fix-It, which gives me another +2 to repair. Which is pretty sweet.
All right. So
Repair, dude.
so you managed
It's
to lock
odd.
down the
Oh,
channel.
okay, never mind.
So you manage to identify the channel, and you begin to broadcast kind of a static to the channel that they're using for comms. And immediately, T Prime, you notice all of the sentries, the walking guards, reach up to their ears and pull out an earpiece. Just instantly, because it's almost overpowering the static. And they all kind of turn and start to look at the guards standing next to the cave entrance, and so they they all look puzzled at this point as to what the hell just happened. So just bear in mind for the rest of you, Rybax, T Prime, you guys are all going to get +4s on your next skill check.
Okay.
All right.
Do you know how far I've gotten in terms of getting close?
So your pace is 8. So in order to while all of this is happening, I'll say you get to about, I'll put you right at the edge of the map. So here we go. So I will put you on the map, coming from the north.
Okay.
And you're going to be.
And, is T Prime already on there? Or you can't.
T Prime is not. T Prime is back with the rest of the group.
I'm a little ways from the group.
Yeah. That's
Well, no, you had to be adjacent to get the bonus. So if you don't want the bonus, my assumption is you want the bonus. If you don't want the bonus, then you can be ahead of the group. That's fine.
His bonus.
His action card applies to adjacent allies only. So either you were adjacent at the point at which he played it, or you're not. So if you were not, then you don't get the bonus. What I'm going to allow you to do is to say, yes, I was adjacent, and then I went and did what I did.
Okay. Then I went and did what I did.
So yes, you were adjacent, and then you left?
Yes. Then I left. I'm adjacent, then I left.
Okay. So then you are going to be in the same area as Rybax. So you guys are... actually, I'll do it this way. You guys are flanking the center of this tree right here. On the opposite side.
Got it. Understood.
All right. And so you can clearly make out the sentries. And now that you're closer, you also see... hold on. Oops.
Uh-oh.
I was moving stuff around. Sorry, I was on the wrong screen.
Tank.
You guys also see the other sentries that are moving around to the south. And now they all seem to be a bit confused.
Can I see what they're armed with? Now that we're closer up.
Yeah, so the sentries are armed with those.
Stun batons?
They're almost like a cattle prod.
Stun baton.
Yeah, more or less. So here on Leviathan, they use them to ward off their stun clubs, but they use them to ward off, like native creatures.
Okay.
They also hurt like hell when they hit a non-native creature.
Okay.
All right. So, okay. So, so you guys, Beatbox and Kadura, you're going to have to make up some distance. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and deal the initiative.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Okay.
We got noticed? Oh.
No, they haven't noticed you yet.
Okay.
But I'm just going to skip them until you guys act.
Okay.
All right.
Got a joke.
T prime.
All right, so for those following at home,
Infamity.
we do play with the Joker's Wild rules. So as a result of T Prime getting a Joker for his initiative, everybody gets a Benny. So awesome! Everybody's super happy about that. So T Prime, you're up first. You get the opportunity to act first.
Kadora, should I shoot them?
Can we get?
I mean, yeah. I should be asking Rybax. Rybax, want me to shoot him?
I think we should coordinate flanking attacks.
Wow.
I'm good with that.
Try to do it stealthily.
And so when I say that, T Prime, you catch a glimpse that I'm more than what meets the eye. Very tactical.
I got it. I get that. I'm impressed. And I agree. I says, all right, so should we have our other friends join up and then we'll make the two-pronged and pitcher attack? Where do you think direction they should come? We'll signal them through the comms.
So yeah, well, we should have them take an overwatch position on our west, and then I'll charge the 3, and you'll gun the rest down.
Yeah, I'll pick off the guards at the hole. I'll shoot them.
Yep. And I will kill the 3 that are closest to us.
Agreed.
And the sergeant will the lieutenant will have to fill out the paperwork later.
That's just what I think. All right. Relay these simple commands back to our comm link to our partners.
All right.
Kadora and Beatbox.
So you tell them to move up.
Yeah. Flank our position.
Okay. So I'll need stealth rolls from both of you guys if you intend to be stealthy. Otherwise, then not. So on your turn, you can approach. All right. So basically, you guys are where you are. If you want to approach, and let me know, you can approach. But T Prime, it is your turn now. Okay. So what do you want to do?
Take an aim action.
Okay.
So that'll with my scope, that'll get me some. What does aim actually do? I mean, it's an.
So basically, what it does is it allows you to forego penalties. Right. So in this particular case, you're going to have. He's going to have partial cover because of the trees. So your aim action would allow you to bypass his partial cover.
And my scope using aim action gets a +2 attack. So nice.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to use my my movement actually to aim. And I'm going to aim at security guard here at the hole. Okay.
Yeah.
He's the one who's kind of closest to me. He's on the west side of the hole.
That's right.
You see, right? Okay. I don't know if he has a number. I think he's just security guard. So that's the one I'm going to be targeting. I'll target him in my menu, and I'm waiting for our other teammates to approach. I'm not firing at him. I'm just aiming. Keep my reaction. Hold on.
You're muted, Mega.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry, of course. Anyway, so
All right, all of that. That's what I did.
I said you could either go on hold,
Which I
right? Which basically means that at some other point you can take your shot, right? Or you can take your shot now. All right, so let me go ahead and put you on hold, and then let me know when you want to resume. So Beatbox, it's your turn.
Beatbox, Alula.
All right, so you guys want us to flank? Are we coming? Are we gonna try and make our way around the west, or are we gonna head more easterly to engage with these other thug guards? What's the plan for that?
So for you to make it there, it's going to take two rounds. Okay, so it'll be all the way through. So if you're going to commit to a flanking maneuver, right, it's going to be all the way through this round and then all the way through the next round before you arrive, because you're still a good distance away.
Before we even get to the map.
Before you get to the map, yeah.
Aha. Okay, in that case, I'm going to get to the map as close as I can. Can I? I figure I'm not going to be able to run while I'm stealthing, so I'll just I'll walk stealthily.
You can make it quicker if you choose not to be stealthy, but that will likely alert everybody at the
Brilliant.
base.
Oh, get over there quicker. It's faster.
I like that idea, but I'm going to try to be a little stealthy.
Because understand, you are large, and running would be like doof, 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 like
Large and in charge.
I am big bone, thank you very much. I'm going to
Big plate.
I'm going to try to be stealthy, so
Okay.
I'm not going to run.
All right, so all of this turn, all of this round, all of next round, and then in round 3 you will be there.
Okay, now would I be able to apply my +4 to stealth this round?
Yes.
Okay, I'll do that. 4 and stealth. Hayaka!
All right. Yeah. You feel stealthy.
All right. In that case, I'm gonna make my way towards the map, and that's gonna be it for me. I'm not gonna engage the music just yet because I'm trying to be stealthy.
Okay. Kadura. So same situation would apply for you. Is it will take you. If you want to be stealthy, it'll take you all of this round, all of the next round, and at the beginning of round 3, you would enter the map. Which side of the map are you guys coming from? The east side, the west side?
Can we choose? I thought we were forced to come through from the north side of the map.
No. Well, so you're going to flank. You were asked to flank, so you can
right.
choose whether you want to flank, which is another reason why it's going to take so long to get there. So you can choose to come from the east side of the map or the west side of the map. It's up to you.
Okay. Let's come in from the east. I want to come in from the east side of the map.
Okay. Beatbox, is that good for you as well?
That works for me.
Okay. Okay. All right, Kadura, anything else?
I think that's it.
Okay, so they're not going to do anything because they are still unaware of your presence.
They're still messing with their staticed out communicators.
Yeah. Rybax, you're up. So we are at the end of round 1.
Yeah. I am going to. I want to stealth and get a little closer. I want to get into the next copse of trees.
Okay. Go ahead and give me another stealth roll.
I'll end up Bennying this if it doesn't work out. FYI.
Okay. No, that's what they're there for. Yeah,
Alright.
that's what they're there for.
So first Benny, as I gotta drop it in the
Benny Palooza. Go ahead, man.
in the chat, right? Okay.
Yep. Oh, nailed it. So stealthy. You're like a white ghost. Well, ghosts are white. Anyway, whatever. You're a furry white ghost. Nobody notices you at all.
I want to be in the trees right there.
So elaborate on in the trees. So, what?
Well, you know,
like
I don't want to climb. I want
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Bullets coming from the trees. This is like Vietnam over here.
I know
Yeah.
I have to be extra mindful because of I'm big and all.
Right.
So, if you think I need to be 5 feet or a square back to stay covered, you just let me know.
Yeah, I would say
Just move it to
either
where, yeah,
either
that's fine.
there or there would be optimal.
I just want to be able to charge in one run. You know what I mean, and attack.
Yep.
the next.
Yep. Yeah. No, either one of those positions would be good. If you're up here, you're kind of in front of the tree. Like, oh, look at me, I'm super stealthy. Nobody notices me standing in front of the tree.
So,
Alright.
And then I'm gonna draw my sword and just hold in case they, for whatever reason, they spot me first. But I'm gonna wait until the team is in Overwatch.
Okay. Alright, is that it?
Yep.
Alright, T Prime, you're did you want to go off hold? Otherwise you're gonna lose your Joker.
Yeah, I know.
I'm good if you start it. I mean, it's not a.
Yeah, I'm kind of like waiting to see if we can get the other guys because they're not even going to be in the next turn. They're in the
I
third.
can.
Well, they'll be like reinforcements, so that's not the worst thing either.
I get it.
Look.
But that was your
I have-
turn, Rybax. I mean,
I have smoke grenades.
so you'd have to run now, and
Well, Rybax will be dealt. Everybody will be dealt a new initiative card here in a second. So
yeah. Well, I'm saying if he moves up, that's his stealth move, right? And then if he's going to attack,
his
right,
turn
it's
is over.
his-
His turn is over.
But you'll get the drop on one guy, and they still don't even know I'm there.
Yeah, so he's hidden in the trees. You're on hold, and basically what I'm saying is
All right,
you can
yep,
go
I can
off hold
fire,
now
you
and
know,
take a shot.
And the other guys, that'll have to break their need for running stealth. I had the security guard targeted.
Did
so
you want to go off hold?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's take it up a notch.
All right.
Okay.
There you go. You are off hold.
Whoops. Whoops. All right, I'm working on it. Here we go. Laser rifle.
You are off
Here it
hold.
comes.
Finally,
First
I've been
shot of the evening.
department to department.
That is a hit with a raise.
Boy.
Okay. That's my double tapping.
Oh, and that is a wound, which on an extra takes him out. So, T Prime, what does it look like?
I just hit him. Laser rifle discharges its round, and I hit him right in the neck, and I could see his face turn like bluish gray color, and he just drops his knees.
Yeah.
All right.
Discharge.
So, so with that, there's the sound of the laser rifle going off, and the guard hits the ground, and immediately all of the other guards are on high alert. They all kind of turn to look where the sound came from.
Now, I got a question here, GM.
Yep.
My gun has a rate of fire of 3.
Yep.
So do I have the ability to shoot 2 other people here? Or
No.
another person? Okay.
No. So you it's a rate of fire 3, but it's 3 rounds at the same target. Right? So think about it like a submachine gun or something like that, right? You fire 3 shots. You don't go, if you're firing automatic, which you would have the opportunity to put 3 rounds in the same target.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
it's like a burst
yeah.
with double tap.
But you killed him in one shot.
I know.
So ultimately, yes, you fired all three. You hit him with all three, and you know, yeah. So
I don't think so. I think each round I have to aim for that in a rate of fire each one. Correct?
well, no. So when you roll it, you roll. You pick up your roll and you right click twice because you only get one wild die.
Yeah.
Right. So it's 3 attacks against 1 target.
Okay. I read somewhere I'm supposed to. I'm not going to drag this on. We can talk about it after game. But I'm somewhere that each round that I fired, even at a rate of 3, each one had to be aimed. Like I had to roll to hit for each. Was it that? Would I misread that? I could have misread that.
Sorry, you are rolling to hit for each one.
Right.
Right. In this particular case, you only rolled 1.
I did. All right, because that's
So
all.
yeah. So we'll talk about it afterwards.
Done.
Okay, so all right, so that's the end of that. Let me just go to Ryback's and then I'll pass to the next round. So it looks like these guards got the initiative with an ace. So they're all going to move their pace to try to figure out what the hell was going on. So they have a pace of 6. So I'm just going to go ahead and move them all real quick. Okay, so this guy is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Six. And he's gonna make a notice roll to see if he can see you there, Rybags.
Okay.
Nope. Totally misses you. Doesn't see at all. And he makes his way to there. Okay, so that's all of them. Rybags, you're up.
All right. So I'm going to. All right. So I want to attack them, but I want to use my sweep. So it's -2 against both of them. So should I target both of them?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So
Target both of them, make your roll with your -2.
And then -2, and then hold on here. Here we go. And combat. And here comes my molecular sword.
Alright, you hit both of them. Go ahead and roll your damage.
All right. So do I only roll it once, and it'll do it to both?
It does the same damage, yes? On the sweep? Go ahead and untarget one, roll your damage against it, and then untarget. So untarget one, roll your damage, then untarget that one that you had targeted. So just target them one at a time and roll your damage.
Okay. No. So there's the first one.
All right, he is shaken. Oof. All right, so you basically cut this guy in half. So why don't you let us know what happened with that guy?
Yeah, so I come up behind him and like really stealthily though until the last second, and then I'll just yell, "For the captain!" And I slash, and the first guy gets cut in half, and that creates a resistance so the second guy doesn't get as hurt as much.
Yeah. Yeah, so the first guy just falls in, falls down in two separate pieces, and the other guy just, at the last second manages to just get nicked, but he is definitely shaken by your attack.
All right, there you go.
All right, beatbox. So you will make it to the eastern part of the map, so I will drop you there now. But you will be unable to act this round. Okay, so you will be, for those watching at home, you will be right there. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and pass your turn, if that's okay.
That's fine by me.
All right, T Prime, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to shoot guard number 6 to the east. Target him. I can't hear you, so you're on mute.
I'm not muted. Go ahead and target him, yeah.
Yeah, right, target guard number 6. Combat.
So basically what you do, when you make your shot, because you have a rate of fire of 3, okay, I'm just gonna cancel this one, okay, because you're probably gonna do better next time anyway. So basically what you do is you drag the shooting roll and you right click twice to add the additional shots. And then what that does is that creates 3 separate bullets or 3 separate attacks that you can roll your damage against. But by doing it this way, it creates only 1 shot. You understand what I'm saying? Do you want me to give you an example?
No, I get it. So you want me to re-roll with the new mechanism?
So yeah, so go just where it has the D8 in the left, just drag it and then right click twice, and that's 3. That's a rate of fire of 3 with 1 wild die. There you go. Okay, so now you see how they're individual attacks? So the first one was a hit, the second one was a hit with a raise, and the third one was a miss. So now you're going to roll your damage once with a raise, and then one more time without a raise. And it's probably not going to matter. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Okay, yeah. So you get 37 damage against that, extra guard carrying his stun club. So why don't you go ahead and explain what that looks like? What does 37 damage look like to that guard?
Basically, it just I knock off hits him in the shoulder and takes his arm off. Hit him in the torso and a big flame out, and then hit him in the hip and basically blow off his right leg.
That was pretty, yeah, that was substantial. So he is part of the afterlife now.
Okay.
He is just that red blood mark at the top of the screen.
With that, since I didn't aim, I'm going to move. I can move up to 6. I'm sorry. Up to 6 to the east, just where that guy was, that guard that I just killed. Okay.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So you guys should try to at the beginning when we talk about what you're gonna do, say like, hey, I'm gonna shoot and then move. Or if you're only going to move if you killed the guy, then that's cool. It's a contingency. But either way, because there is a multi-action, then we just need to account for the multi-action. So we'll sort that out as well. But there's no issue here. You can move to where you move with no problem. But just try to be, just try to think about like your whole action. Like, what am I doing for my entire action? Because if you go like step by step and there are multiple actions in there, well then we need to account for the multi-action penalties.
Yeah, that was reactionary to if I made that guy.
Yeah. No, totally good.
Yeah, I wouldn't have moved if it was still in the play. All right, and I'm ending my turn.
All right, cool. So this guy, security guard 2, watching his buddy get blasted, he is going to target Rybax. He's going to target Rybax, and he is going to take a shot with his heavy pistol. All right. So let's see. And that is a hit. Oh, and Rybax is shaken. So Rybax, do you want to... Well, you can use a Benny to unshake at any point. It's up to you. But you are currently shaken as that, bullet comes in. And he is not going to move. Kadura, you are also going to appear on the eastern side of the map, right there, but we'll be unable to act this turn.
Okay.
You'll be able to act next round. Any questions?
No.
Okay, and so security guard 2 gets a joker and leads us off. So he is going to try to take another shot at Rybax. Rybax, did you want to try to use that Benny to unshake before he shoots at you?
No, that's what the one that's right under Kadura. I used it.
Oh, you used it already. Okay. All right. So you can use a Benny to unshake on your character sheet?
Where? Because that, I remember I used to see the button, but I don't see it now.
Actually, it might not be in this yet. Hold on. It's definitely in Deluxe, but...
I remember that.
Well, yeah. I unshook you. Yeah, but in Deluxe you could just drop the Benny into like a slot and it would take off the... Yeah. Okay. I'll have to look into that. So that's my homework. But he's gonna take a shot at you. So here we go. Mm-hmm. Oh, we got a hit with a raise.
Okay.
Here comes his damage. That is 1 wound. Did you want to try to soak that?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. How do I go about it in this one? Because like I said, I can do a make, shake, and recovery roll, and I can do a make incapacitation roll, but that's... I don't know if you got to plate the wound first or not.
Yes, I need... oh, you know what? So in the combat tracker is where the soak thing is.
Okay.
So let me go ahead and apply the... well, do you want to soak, yes or no?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So I will take a Benny from you, and I will drop it into the soak.
Okay.
And... Okay, so you soaked the wound, so it is gone.
Excellent.
Alright, so you were successful in your vigor roll to soak that wound. Alright, so that's his turn. Beatbox, you can now act.
Alright. Let's see here. From the looks of things, what I want to do is go 1, 2. I'm gonna book it southwest, and I'm gonna start playing some highly energetic, loud music to get the party, anybody who's in ear's reach, to all riled up, ready to go.
All right. So for those of you viewing at home, the Beatbox has a unique feature. It's a bit of a homebrew rule. So basically what I've done is Beatbox is the medical and morale officer for the crew of the Luna Sea. Okay. One of his special features is he can play loud, inspiring music to inspire his teammates to victory. If he does so, all of them get a +1, static +1 to all of their rolls while he is playing that music. However, he takes a -2 to everything other than healing rolls made while he's playing music. So that is the trade-off. So, all right. So everybody, just make a note that the music is underway.
Good work,
So,
Beatbox.
go ahead, Beatbox. You can move.
I'm gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? I'm just gonna park right there and not make any other major actions. That's gonna be
Okay. All right. Cool. Rybax, you're up. So you've
Okay.
got a guy right in front of you who is shaken.
Yep. All right. I think I'm going to.
Kill this guy.
I want to kill others. I like to kill. I like to be efficient.
This guy's been.
Well, I know, but he's shaken.
Get him.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm gonna sweep attack again.
There he goes.
All right.
So -1. I was a -2, but +1, so that's a -1 to my attacks.
Yep. And how many can you attack with a sweep?
I should be. Let's see. All targets in reach.
Okay. So you can attack the 3 of them.
Right. That was.
So go ahead and target all 3 of them and make your attack roll.
Sweet.
All right. Here we go.
All right. All 3 are hit. Go ahead and now untarget them and then target them one at a time and roll your damage.
Number 1.
All right. That is going to be a wound. He is incapacitated.
Number 2.
He is shaken.
Nice.
Number 3.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. So that guy basically gets 2 wounds. So you kill the first guy, you graze the second guy, and why don't you go ahead and describe it? How does it look as you cut through all 3 of them?
So this time he's running full sprint on like 40 yards, and he yells for DM Catalyst, and he takes a huge swipe of the sword, and he hits resistance on the first cut, slices high on the second one, and catches the third guy because he was the taller of the 3.
Nice. All right. So you've left a trail of carnage in your wake.
Yeah.
One guy cowering. Watching this scene, this guard he's going to move up so that he can try to take a swing at you with his club.
Okay.
And that is a hit.
Okay.
And you are unharmed. Your natural resistance, it protects you from the stun club damage. He looks very nervous. He tries his hardest to hit you, and he does. He makes contact with you, but you just seem unfazed by his attack. This guard, he unshakes.
Okay.
And he is going to turn, and he is going to try to 3, 4, 5. He's going to try to run for where that music is coming from. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he's going to target Beatbox. And he is going to try to attack you with his stun club. All right, here we go. Oh, and he misses horribly. He comes running and he tries to swing and he's just, he's tripped up and he misses you terribly.
It's called a dubstep.
Yeah, no, he felt the beat for a second.
Can you feel the beat within my heart?
All right, so this guard is also no longer shaken, so he is going to target. All right, he is going to target Rybax, and he too is going to miss horribly. Kadura, you can now act.
Alright, I should be able to actually target Thug Guard 5 from there. Because the Blaster Rifle has a range of 24.
Yep.
So, in combat, I'm going to attack using my top Blaster Rifle, and I'm going to add a +1 to it because I got that double tap as well. Yeah.
And the music.
And oh, yeah. So, anyway, a raise. Does the music give a +1 to damage too? Muted. Right. Negative.
No, it's just your trait rolls.
Okay. Well, double tap.
Oh
does.
my goodness.
Nice.
Oh my goodness. So I will leave that to you to
Look, it's good
bring
music,
the,
man.
bring the noise. All right, 4 wounds. That is an excellent shot. So go ahead and describe it. What happens?
Well, since he's so distracted by the gigantic Yeti.
Gloria.
Yeah, right. He's doesn't notice the laser pointer, I guess, on his temple, and it just sort of his head, where once there was one, there is no longer one. Although there might be a couple of red splotches on Rybax's fur, it more disintegrates than anything else. And it just sort of collapses to the ground. And now for my next trick, I'm going to target the other guy using my additional action. Because he's got 4 arms, so I'm holding 2 blaster rifles. And I'm going to attack him as well, I think. No, actually, I think Rybax can handle this one guy, but I'm not sure if I want to help out Beatbox real quick. So this will be a +2 then, because of my double tap plus music.
Yes.
Total of +2 to attack.
+2 +1, so it should be a total +3.
Another hit with a raise. 18. Poof.
All right.
Raises.
More damage.
Raises.
Rat-a-tat. Yo, I fly ships, but this is my real specialty.
All right, 28 damage. What happens to that poor thug?
He's got a twin. I mean, identical shots, just blam blam, rat-a-tat, rat-a-tat, and both of them are incapacitated. I'm
So
glad I didn't
Beatbox,
arrive too late to the party.
you see a laser blast come over your shoulder and hit this thug who just made a terrible attempt at trying to hit you, and he just turns into a red mist in front of you. And so Kadura, that's the end of your turn. T Prime, you're up. There's one guard left.
All right.
One thug left.
Yep, I'm gonna take aim, which will give me a +2 on the my scope, and double tap, give me a +3 total, I believe. I'm going for the last thug guard. Let me target him. Okay, I believe he's targeted in the. Yeah. Okay, and let me get my combat over there.
I raised my shield so you can't hit him. He's mine.
I'm gonna take
Let him
end
have his
this,
fun.
end this. Hit with a raise.
Nice roll.
Let's roll.
And takes him out.
All right. Yeah. No, that's a huge shot. So go ahead and describe it for us.
Basically, pop off another round and hit this guard dead in the chest, and put a big borehole in him. Those laser rifles do their job. He completely bowls backwards, landing on the ground.
All right.
Okay.
So now that the sounds of battle have died, the sounds of the jungle kind of encroach back in on you guys slowly. But you hear the sound of air kind of escaping from the cave, which makes a low kind of humming sound. It's like ooh, ooh.
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 So, what would you like to do? Now you want to inspect those guys, see if they had anything worth.
Anything like comm links, they're still able to.
I'm watching the cave.
We check them out.
Okay. So they all have comm links, which are currently still disabled based on what Kadura had done.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And the two kind of guards, the security guards, they had blaster pistols. But other than that, they don't necessarily have. They don't have anything that anything else really of merit.
All right.
So go ahead.
I was gonna say, if there's nothing on these guards and thugs, corpses of note or value, I'd like to go over and take a look at the entrance.
Okay. So light from outside cascades into the beginning, the opening of the cave, probably for about 5 feet, 6 feet. There's the way the cave is situated is there's a bit of an overhang, so not much light goes into the cave structure. However, you can see artificial light. It looks as if there's some kind of artificial light inside that is illuminating the cave structure.
Okay.
But you hear the sounds of talking and echoey voices in the distance. It's hard to say exactly how many or at what distance from where you stand. But you definitely hear the sounds of echoey voices. And the low kind of rumbling vibrational sound, just kind of repeats and drubs on and on. Almost as if there's some type of piece of equipment running in there. You can speculate that maybe it's a power generator of some kind, but you're unsure.
I waved the other guys over.
What?
I hear voices talking in further on down into the cave.
Grenade?
No.
Are they talking quickly or casually?
I'd like to sneak through and see if I can see anything or hear anything better, and then maybe report back.
Okay, I mean you can kind of so basically the entrance of the cave, it enters into like a 10-foot wide kind of passageway,
Okay.
which is about 40 or 50 feet long from what you can see, but at about the 40 or about the 40-foot mark, it starts to get a little bit obscured. There seems to be some kind of smoke in here, and so your visibility kind of peering in from the outside gets obscured at about 40 feet. So it's a larger opening. There's a small kind of step down area where it descends a little bit. It's 10 feet wide. For about 40 feet is what you can see. With your head in the cave entrance, you can definitely hear talking. They don't seem They don't seem rushed or hurried in it. They don't
Okay.
seem rushed or hurried. They seem like
Casual and
yeah, it seems casual. Well, casual enough. It
no sense of
the
urgency,
conversation
yeah.
is structured from what you can't hear words, but you hear maybe what sounds like people giving orders and people responding to orders.
Okay. So they're none the wiser to the firefight outside.
No, you think that whatever that kind of humming sound is would make it pretty difficult to hear outside. So that it's a pretty persistent. It's almost like a white noise generator.
Well, guys, I hear voices inside. We have a choice. We either sneak in and take a peek, or we can just keep adding to the lieutenant's report.
And the other thing that you discern from looking inside is that this cave structure appears to be man-made. Like it appears to have been bored out using some type of like man-operated boring tool. Yeah, that's what you can tell. There, in some areas, there are rough cuts where you can tell that like especially right inside the main entryway, you can tell that the operators of whatever the boring tool that was used were pretty were pretty unskilled. That the boring drill dug into the ground almost like 10 feet from the entrance. It looks like they were trying to figure out how to use the thing.
Can we tell why they were trying to bore into this and create this subterranean complex? I mean,
no.
Active operations.
yeah. What's their principal operations here? Is it making something?
At this
Are they
point, you don't
drilling for
know.
some sort
I
of
mean, you know
resources?
that they're they're supposedly terrorists, like bioterrorists, but that's really all you know. And you presume that this is the Natural Order, which is the name of the terror organization that operates here on Leviathan.
We should radio to the lieutenant.
Okay,
When we found the entrance.
go ahead and
right.
talk to him. Who's gonna call it in?
Lieutenant.
This is Drake. Go ahead.
Yeah, we've relocated the entrance to the underground cavern. That seems to be man-made with a boring tool that seems to be operational underground. There are still more of the organization, but we've at this point we're at the entrance. We've secured the entrance, and there's no further contact. Although we do hear them inside. If we continue, we'd only be adding to your report, but more body counts from this point on. But it seems like they've got an operation going on underground with a boring tool. Are you aware of this?
No. So from here on out, our intel is sparse at best. So I would, to
Bring in
answer
the
the
cavalry?
question in chat, I am not currently wearing khakis, but the information at this point is sparse. If you can determine the strength of the force within you are clear to engage if you need to, but at this point the focus is on getting Bernard Dack, so that we can unlock that tablet and read the rest of the information. We're looking to make an association between Dack and either the crime syndicates or an off-world presence that we're not aware of yet.
All right.
So at this point, orders are assess the size of the force and try to try to subdue Dak if possible.
Okay. So far, the size of their force is -8.
Understood. I got that.
Okay. We'll keep assessing the size if we get what you mean.
Yeah. So, okay.
All right, guys. I think I should take a look inside and see how many we might be up against. Just a quick peek,
Okay.
guys.
So
We got your back.
did you want to make your way? So here's what I'll do. I'll go ahead and I'll share the map for the cave entrance here with everybody. Just hang on 1 second.
All right. I see the.
Sorry, there you guys are at the
Okay.
entrance of the cave. So you see what I was talking about? Like there's some like rough boring marks. Like they were trying to figure out how to make this thing work. It looks like, until ultimately they kind of got it. But you know, it goes this way. It's 10 feet wide, and then it begins to taper up here. There's a bend where it begins to taper off, and it becomes almost like 5 feet wide, maybe 6 feet wide.
All right. I'd like to quietly and stealthily approach that. Just where it starts to taper, keeping close to the eastern wall.
Go ahead and move about halfway up and give me a notice roll.
That halfway for you?
Yep.
Okay. Let me get that notice roll.
Oh, we still playing music, by the way? Beatbox?
Negative. Nope, the music's off right now.
Okay. Just checking.
No, the rule of thumb, when the fight ends, the music stops. Victory, Final Fantasy victory music happens, and then that's it.
I did a stealth.
Alright, go ahead and give me a notice.
Okay.
Okay. So you hear what sounds like to the east, a patrol moving further to the east of what you presume is 2 people. And then there's another patrol coming from the west to the east. So let me reveal some more area here. Hang on. Okay, so there's what looks like a T intersection up ahead, from what you can see, to where it proceeds straight ahead, it turns to the right, and it turns to the left. Now, what you're hearing is what sounds like a pair of people walking to the east, and then another pair of people coming from the west toward the east. You get the suspicion that they're probably only about 5 or 10 feet from the junction, the T intersection. So that's what you hear. That they're going to be passing into that intersection here in a second.
All right, I signaled to the party to halt.
Didn't mean to do that.
I didn't think so. All right. So I signal halt, and I stay in my location, stealth, and see and listen to see if I can detect when they pass. The one's coming from the west.
Okay. So you're gonna stay where you are?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. So yeah. So they're going to. Hold on. Let me see. So they're going to emerge. They're going to try to make notice rolls against your stealth. So here's number 6. He definitely sees you. And here's number 8. He does not. All right. So the guy in the front doesn't see you and continues walking. The guy in the back says, "What the hell is that?" And
service.
what's that?
Domino's delivery.
All right, so he sees you standing in the hallway, and he says, "Hold it right there." And I'm gonna go ahead and deal the initiative.
Okay.
Shoot him.
Initiative.
Shoot him, but quietly.
Yeah, I could.
Oh no, I didn't mean to do that.
What is going on?
All right, at the top of initiative is Rybax. So Rybax, you hear, "Hey, hold it right there," and you are up.
I'm just trying to gauge how far this is.
While he's doing that, I'm going to take a couple steps forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can get up even with T prime, but
So you'll have to wait for your turn. We are in initiative.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's all right. No, we're in initiative.
All right, so
I was first. I bet.
if I hit the run button, it will do the pace roll for me, right?
Yes.
All right. All right. All right. So, what's the penalty now that for running on an attack?
It's so if you're going to run and then attack,
Yeah.
it's a -4 because you're going to shoot while you're running.
Weesh.
No. Remember, I'm gonna actually be in melee
Melee?
range.
Oh, melee?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, well, how are you trying to make your way all the way to him? Because that's 2 actions, and then attack. So running. So it works out to be a total of 3 actions. So it's a -4 to run all the way up there and take an attack. Your move, your run, and then your attack.
All right.
So it's a -4. You know, minus any penalties that you have.
All right. All right. And so I'm at -4 right now.
-4. Yep.
And all right. I'm gonna just attack one guy.
A mean, you could attack both of them if you want. You want to use your sweep, and then I mean, worst thing that can happen is you miss one. You know, you miss them both. But I mean, if you're gonna use your sweep,
I don't want to miss them both. That's
okay.
So. Oh,
Alright, that's it.
All right, but it would have been.
Would have been a -4. So it calculated your -2, but it so it calculated your running. You see how it did that?
Right.
Yeah. No. So all right. Now that I'm thinking about it, the -2, because I didn't think the -2 was baked in. So you're fine. So yeah, it is a hit. Go ahead.
All right. So there's some damage.
All right. He is shaken.
All right, and so the only thing, just so my, Rybex has a shield and it has extra shielding for ranged attacks. So just let me know if I have to activate the shield.
Okay. Okay.
If they use range, the shield offers a +4 armor. But I have to trigger it because it doesn't count against melee.
Okay. All right. So let's see. So this guy. Well, let me just. Okay, so this guy is going to move. He's going to move to there. He's going to emerge from this area here.
Can I see from my vent? Okay.
I'm showing you what you can see.
All right.
Alright, that's what you can see.
All
So this guy is going to he's gonna try to take a shot at you.
All right, so activate my shield.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Shield activated.
Alright, he's got a laser rifle. And that is a hit.
Whew.
And here is damage. And you are unharmed.
All right, unharmed.
Okay, this guy is going to emerge. And he is going to he's just going to turn and he's going to try to block off this passageway. So he's just gonna hang out right there. He's not gonna take a shot. It's a tough shot for him. This guy is gonna move over here. This guy's gonna move over here. Sorry, there's a bunch of bad guys, so bear with me. I'm trying to sort them all out. Alright, that guy's gonna go there. This guy is going to get closer. He's gonna go here, and he's gonna try to take a shot at you from there.
Okay.
And that's a miss. Alright, Terra 6. He is no longer shaken. He is going to target you, and he is going to attack with his rifle. And that is a miss. Because he's too close to you, so he's got to attack you using his close combat. So he's attacking your parry.
I got a big shield.
And so number 8 is gonna do the same. He's gonna get a gang up bonus, but let me see, what does he have? He's gonna try to use his survival. All right, so he's gonna hit with a raise. with his survival knife, but I don't think he's going to be able to do enough damage. He's not. So you are unharmed. All right, T Prime, you're up.
All
You see
right.
Ryback's getting clustered here.
Can I shoot any of them without killing my friend there?
Absolutely.
All right.
So basically, you say, Ryback's, get down.
Rybax, watch your back. I'm going to aim for. I'm gonna just aim for him. I believe that's terrorist. Just says terrorist. He doesn't seem to have a number.
Yeah. So the first one is always just without a number, and then they start with 2, 3, 4.
I'm aiming for that numerically deficient one. Terrorist. I'm gonna shoot him with my rifle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think my range, okay, is 30, then 60. So I think he's just at the maximum of short range. I think for my weapon, that's, yeah, the range is 30, 60, 120. So he's 60. I'm sorry, 30 feet away there. Just trying to make sure. All right, I'm gonna shoot him. I don't think there's any modifiers. I am gonna do double tap, so I get a +1. Let's aim.
Smash.
Okay, now I gotta do damage. Kill.
Yep, he is dead. So you killed him like on your first bullet. You would have had 2 more.
Well, I never seem to keep it coming that way.
Yeah, no, more difficult targets will take more shots.
For sure they will. But we're keeping it real. So hold on. 95. All right. With that, I'm not going to move. I'm going to pass my turn. Let me just end turn. Point. Okay.
All right, Kadora.
All right. I'm gonna. Well, I don't have to move up at all. I'm just gonna target terrorist 6. And since Ryback's is still down, I can target and fire. Well, I can actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I don't have to tell T Prime to get down in this chat. +2. All right. The damage with a +1. Doing well on damage today.
Nice.
Boy, howdy.
All right, he is murdered, death killed.
Am I able to see this guy? If I move up 1 more, can I see him? Because I have 1 more movement, 1 more ink of movement.
No, either way you can't see him. You can't
Okay.
draw if you can't draw a straight line to him. You can't see him.
Yeah. Okay, well I'll move back behind T Prime with my last bit of movement there, and I'll have my turn there.
Beatbox.
All right. I'm oddly enough going to keep the music off, but I am going to move forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I think that's going to be it for me.
All right.
T Prime.
All right, T Prime at the top of the initiative order.
I am going to move up to behind Ryback so I can get a shot to that guy. Let me see if I can draw. Is there a way to draw a marker? Hang on.
Just target him.
All right, let me
just target him.
Yes, sir.
Yes, you're there.
All right,
you're good.
okay, got it. All right, let me do my roll for effect. That's a double tap. It's a 1. Oh, shit. Come on, don't be dorky. Here we go. Laser rifle.
It's a hit with a raise.
There's a couple raises there. 21.
Yeah, no, that was a hell of a shot.
Okay, double tapping. Oh well, I was supposed to roll with the. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah. Destroying these guys. So what is that? What does that look like?
Just stitches him up with the shot. Again, hits him in the upper chest, blows a hole in him, knocks him backwards onto his ass. Dead. It's the way I've been doing it. Center
All right.
mass. Center mass.
All right.
I'm gonna end my turn.
Okay, Kadura.
Maybe I can move up 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I slip past Ryback to get like over here?
So that was 3, by the way, because you were half squaring it,
Oh, was it?
and you can absolutely move past Rybacks.
Okay. So I'd like to move over here, maybe. Yeah. Leave it to you.
Okay.
Put yourself in a crossfire.
Yeah, right.
Could have ran across.
I squeezed behind him, so. Do I notice those guys?
You do now.
Because I might just sort of like, you know, hit the brakes with my heels and swivel around to blast him with my assault rifle. Or blaster rifle, rather.
I'm just revealing a little bit. All right.
Great.
So that's a hit with a raise. It is 2 wounds. We take them
Alright.
out.
Just,
So these guys don't seem to be much of a challenge. I'm wondering
Well.
if maybe there are other guys here.
I'm sure there are.
Oh, I'm sure there are.
I think that was 5 actually. So can I hit him like here at 6? Looks like that's a straight line.
Yeah.
Alright, and with my other blaster rifle. Indeed. Ah, that was a
Nice.
nice one.
Always use that.
Hit with a
Another hit
raise.
with the raise.
Those 14s.
Mhm.
Ding, 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 ding.
And
ding,
that's a
ding,
wound.
Ding, ding, ding.
That one, they're surprising me, so I'm not like getting headshot or anything like that. But it's more, you know, efficient
Center mass.
blasts to the chests, and they go down.
Yes,
And I'll keep an eye on down that corridor as I have my turn.
Oh, Salula.
I'm just moving with the party.
All right. So this guy is going to out here. Going to target Kadura, and he's going to take a shot.
Oh, Kadora.
That is a hit.
Ooh.
Oh, big
I should
one.
Probably use a penny to get you to re-roll that.
To do what?
Oh,
You want to use a Benny to soak?
yeah. Whoops. Oh, look at that.
All right. So you soaked all but one. But so you are shaken with one wound.
No bad.
I'll stick with shaken for now.
Okay. All right. Okay, so that's gonna be his turn. This guy he's gonna try to fight his way off of Ryback, so he's gonna use his survival. He's gonna use his survival knife to attack Ryback's. He's gonna miss, and then he's going to. He's not gonna do anything else. That's it. So this guy is going to. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. He's gonna move up here and he's gonna attack Kadura with his survival knife.
Ooh.
And that's a hit. And here's his damage. And you are unharmed, fortunately. Rybax, you're up. Kadura's taking a beating.
That's because he failed to stay behind me.
I wanted to take out that guy.
All right. That's a hit. And he is shaken.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Beatbox, you're up first.
Alright. I'm just gonna park myself over here. Oh wait, am I on top of the terrace? No. Over there.
Oh yeah, you can go over there. That's fine.
Yep. And I'm just watching, making sure everybody's all the magic blood stays inside their body.
Rybax.
Ryback. Alright. See, still targeted. Perfect.
That's a hit. Oh, that's gonna be enough to take him out.
Alright.
All right.
Yeah, I think it's all I can do.
Okay. You can move if you want to move somewhere.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
T Prime. I'll move to there. Looks like I can fit. And I'm gonna shoot terrorist number 7. Let me target him. Okay. Use double tap, so I get a +1. That's it. And where's my combat? 1, 2, 3. Okay.
That was a miss. Well, you got 2 hits and a miss, so roll your damage twice.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well that's gonna be enough. These guys, they're just extras. So
Red shirts.
yeah, basically. In this case, black shirts.
Black shirts. Alright, so that kills him.
Yep.
And let me check one last thing. 1, 2, 3. I will move back here. In my turn.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So this last guy, he's going to take another shot at Kadura.
Sorry, Kadora.
Write my family and tell them that I don't care about them.
That is a hit. Oh, 2 wounds. Another
Oh,
Benny to
soak
shake. To soak. Another Benny to shake. Another Benny to soak.
Another minute to shake it.
All right. Oh,
Dude, nice.
Soak the hell out of it. 20 on your shake roll, or on your vigor roll. You soak the hell out of it.
I roll well when it counts.
All of that
All
went
right.
away. It was nice.
Okay, so yeah, so you still have the one wound, but you are no longer shaken.
Nice. He basically healed me a little bit.
Yeah, well, your resolve was strong enough to fight through and unshake in the process. All right, so that's gonna be him. Kadura, you're up now that you're recently unshaken.
Finish him.
And I give him a sort of a wicked-looking grin. And well, can I, sort of point the gun at him and try to intimidate him and say, "Where's your boss?"
Dax.
All right. Let's see. Give me an intimidation roll,
Okay.
or an unskilled roll if you don't have intimidation.
I am unskilled in it, so I'm just gonna yell at him. Where's your boss?
He says, "Up your ass!
Fuck you! Where's your boss?
Up your ass!"
Ho,
All right. So I shoot him.
the language.
Wrong answer.
Boss.
That's a hit.
Where's the boss? Where's the boss?
Oh,
Yeah, ooh.
decimated him.
He should have told me where.
Yeah.
You
All
know,
right.
10 feet away with a big ass
Your ass.
All right.
rifle.
I think we need to check your ass for the boss.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's
he
a
might
room up
be
here.
in
Just-
there.
I mean, this
I-
could be an actual, hey.
I'll move up there. Just look away for a couple minutes, guys. Let me just check my ass.
And you find Rangor. Oh no.
Dax, find shambling mound.
You find a Rangor berry.
There you go.
I'm not even going there. So
You
definitely
find the
lost
entire Wrangler crime scene.
somebody's watch. What?
Yeah.
Something
How
like
did that get in there?
Cell phone and a
His
watch.
prison wallet.
Oh no. All right. And then comment.
Yeah. All right. So actually, everybody, give me a notice roll.
Quickly notice.
Yeah. Now that the sounds of battle have died down.
T-Prime does alerts.
Okay.
Back.
So, yeah. Let's see. Beatbox. Not even worried about it. Okay. All right. T Prime, you notice, or you hear a distinct sound of movement to the west. And Kadura, you hear similar sounds of movement to the east, but almost as if it sounds like almost as if it sounds like they're running somewhere. So you hear sounds of running to the east.
Okay.
And then Rybax, you hear what sounds like barricades being constructed to the west.
Okay.
Oh, the sound's coming towards us.
Oh shit!
Where are you going?
I accidentally
Oh,
moved him. I was trying to move the map, and I'm like, oh wait.
yeah. Sounds to the east and to the west. To the east, it sounds like running. To the west, it sounds like barricades being set up.
I'm gonna move up to here.
They're running.
Okay.
T Prime, stay with our weaker comrades. I will scout ahead.
All right.
Okay. All right. So let's just stay in initiative order just for right now, because so actually Kadura just went.
Okay.
All right. So
I'm staring there until it's my turn.
stop. So Rybax, where you? All right, Rybax, you're up. Where do you want to go?
All right. I think I'll go here.
Okay. 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 1 second.
Seconds ago. Grab another beer.
Okay, so Rybax, you see two soldiers wearing blue shirts behind what looks like some kind of barricade device, a metallic barricade device.
Could I hurl over it?
Hang on a second. Let me swap it out for something else. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. It's about I don't know, maybe 3.5 feet or 4 feet high. You can, yeah. So the ceiling is about 10 feet. So you can try to just jump over it if you want. You're not going to be able to finish your turn in their space.
Yep.
So we'll have to either do a strength contest to push them out of the way so you can acquire that space.
Yeah.
Or you'll have to fight them kind of over it.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna stay right here, but I'm gonna holler down the hallway. Kadura, I need your grenades.
Yes. It's the highlight of my evenings.
I'm on it.
Party favors. T Prime is up. All right. I'm gonna head slightly in the direction of Ryback's
Okay.
and go down right into this corridor here and create a vanguard so nobody comes up from behind us. Okay? Well, these guys come down to meet up with Ryback's.
Okay. Just real quick, when you get
Yes,
there,
sir. Yes, sir.
um,
Can I notice anything?
another barricade and some more soldiers.
Right. Oh. Mel,
This is
then.
why I have dual actions.
Do I have the ability to shoot at any of them?
Can you draw a line to them?
Let's try. Do the target thing and see how that works. No. I could continue, but if I can't see them, they can't see me. So I'll just keep this guarded action until we deal with one situation at a time. I'll stay right where I am and hold action to shoot in that direction should any of them come. Okay?
All right.
All right. I'm ending my turn. Put me a hold. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to end it until you were finished.
All right.
So you're. Would you say you're?
I'm holding. Yeah, I'm gonna hold my action.
Okay, Kadura.
All right, and I'm done. Thank you.
The problem I see is it's pretty far away. If I sprint, I'm not allowed to throw grenades with my action, can I?
Not accurately.
Okay.
I mean, you could drop them pretty easy.
I can go
Just kind of drop them at your feet. There's no penalty for that.
5, 6. I'm sure that would end well. Like, as I'm sprinting, like, acrobatically, like, drop
Got
one
your
and
back.
kick it while it's in midair, so it kind of bounces off the
We
wall.
got your back. We got your back.
I should be able to throw it, not, like, at him, but, like, there, or maybe there, that, like, block. The thing is 5 feet, so even from there, like, I should be able to just barely lob it over. Standing there, not quite.
Actually, if it's like pool, you bank it off the back corner, just
That's
above
true.
the angle.
Can I bank it off the corner and try to get it in the over the barrier? Or I don't even care if it gets over the barrier. It can land next to it for all I care.
So short answer is you're gonna have to take a -4 on your roll to try to get it anywhere close. But you can give it a shot, and then who knows what happens when you throw a grenade in a recently bored underground cave system. But we'll figure it out, I guess.
I
Yeah.
do have the curious flaw.
So you're curious to see what will happen.
Okay. Damn
You're the
the
one who-
torpedoes.
Said, hey, grenade.
No hands. All four.
Besides, I can just throw a smoke grenade.
Well,
How about that? Smoke or frag?
Frag.
party.
Party on. -4. I think this is actually my last frag grenade. Yeah. Benny. So not great? Nah, Benny it.
Benny.
I have 2 left. Well, I have 1 left after I use it, Benny.
Somebody will
-5.
get a joker.
Ouch.
Somebody will get a joker.
-5. Wait, it's the last frag.
There we go.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking
All right, where
about.
were you throwing it? You were throwing it down this hallway with these 3 guys?
Yeah. Down the hallway to the south of me, directly there.
You got an explosion. Should get a Benny for an explosion. I always take the brunt to this.
Whoops. Oh,
Yeah,
You're
that's
fine.
better.
yeah. Not like that.
That
Like
helps.
right there, right?
I
This
feel
is
like.
right here. This is where you were targeting.
Yeah.
You said at my feet, and I was like, that
Pretty
sounds
close.
sufficient
Wait,
to
wait.
me.
Scoot over. We can probably collapse this whole thing. Get base there too. Box.
All right, so so that was a actually hold on, draw so the interesting thing is that like I'm trying to figure out where you could land this grenade realistically. Say like right there maybe would be your best bet. I mean, because there's a curve there. I mean, I'm just trying to think about it, right? I mean, I guess you could go there, but I mean, T prime's at the outer edge. So what I mean, you've already made the roll. You've already thrown the grenade.
Yep.
So I mean,
I
it
don't
looks
think
like no matter how this
T-Prime
shakes
would-
out, T prime's gonna take some of it.
Well, he knows that it wasn't purposeful.
Does
I
he?
hope.
Does he?
He does
All
also
right,
know that I hate
go
you.
ahead and target So here, I'll put it right here, just for the sake of argument. Target everybody in there, including T Prime. Roll your damage.
I really want to kill all of them, but I know the same dice will be used for T Prime. Let's hope for. Okay. Could be worse.
All right, everybody shaking.
Okay.
Could be worse.
Did
I
the
guess-
barricade take any damage?
The barricade is destroyed.
All right.
What was that? Combat tracker.
All right, barricade is destroyed. And now I'm going to need. Let's see. Well, I mean, T Prime, since you took unnecessary damage, why don't you go ahead and roll a d6.
All right.
Uh-oh.
I don't think I'm shaken. Am I supposed to be?
I didn't apply it yet. Hold on.
So
There
roll
you
a
go.
d6.
Yeah, roll a d6.
A 2.
Okay. Large cracks appear down the ceiling of this corridor. The structural integrity appears compromised. So small rocks begin to fall from the ceiling. All right, Kadura, I believe that's the end of your turn. Yep. Okay. So this guy is going to not do anything. This guy is going to take a shot at Rybax. So here we go. Actually, no, he's not. He is going to use. Let's see. He is going to throw a stun grenade down the hallway.
I'm
the
insulted.
north?
Like, this is my patented thing.
To the north?
I throw grenades.
He's going to throw it like towards you guys. So here we go.
Excuse me.
Okay, so he is going to miss you. Let me create the. Whoops, hold on.
It bounces behind him, doesn't it?
So it bounces off the wall. He doesn't hit Rybax. He doesn't land, but he's going to stun him and his friend. So basically, what I need is everybody in this. So I'm gonna get rid of this one here. Hold on. Okay, so everybody in the burst template, which includes Kadura and T Prime and Rybax, I will need a vigor roll from each of you. So I'm gonna roll vigor rolls for these two terrorists.
Good luck, everybody. I didn't do great.
Yeah, you didn't. All right, both of them are fine.
1 in 36.
Okay, so Kadura, you, yeah. Well, let me just go ahead and do this for you. So let's see. Kadura is prone and is.
That is stunning.
No.
Oh.
And you are incapacitated.
Oh.
You can make another vigor roll at the start of your next turn to see if you recover.
Okay.
Okay. So that is that. So you're currently incapacitated. So that's that guy. Terrorist 3 remains shaken. That sucks for him. Terrorist 4. He's like, hey, what the hell's going on? He's gonna get here, and he sees these guys like. There we go. But he can't do anything else. So Terrorist 5 is no longer shaken, so he's gonna make his way. 1, 2.
I had a hold action.
3. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and take your held action. You're currently shaken though.
Yeah. So can I?
You can Benny. You're shaken. Yep.
How do I do that? Just drop it in the combat. I mean, chat. Can you move that shaken status?
There we go. I just removed it. I was just sorting it out. There's just a bunch of stuff that needed to get done. So you're no longer shaken. So go ahead. And you're off hold.
All right. It seems I used one Benny too many there.
You just used one Benny. Oh no, hold on. All right, never mind. I got you. Bam! Look at that.
Just making these Benny mistakes. All right. Okay. Let me get back into it. So can I shoot that guy now? Or was
Yeah, go ahead.
that's an option?
You have interrupted, and you are ready to go.
Double tap. Oh shit! I didn't target him. Yeah, I did.
Okay, it's a hit with a raise.
Okay.
All right, 3 wounds. I think it's going to be a bad day for him. So he
Kills
is
him.
going to be deceased. All right, so he comes running up like, hey, what's going on? And he comes around the corner and.
That's how it works.
All right.
My turn.
It's not your turn anymore.
All right.
Yeah, because you just had a held action to shoot when
Yep,
he showed
alright.
up.
Here he comes.
Okay, so this guy is up. He is. So Kadura. Okay, whatever. Okay, so here we go.
What does bleeding out mean? Apparently my character...
You're just incapacitated. You're not actually bleeding out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're unconscious. You're stunned from the stun grenade. Alright. So he's gonna take a shot.
And me? What a jerk.
No, he's gonna shoot at T-Prime.
Okay.
And he's gonna miss. Beatbox.
All right. Since I think the element of surprise is gone, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A frag grenade is probably going to notify any other ne'er-do-wells. I am going to turn on my music now. Move over here, and if anybody can hear my music, I would imagine that some eardrums have blown, possibly. But the music's going for any who can get any sort of morale from it.
Alright.
That's going to be it for me.
Okay, so we're at time. So I believe we're going to end it there for the night. But we'll go ahead and pick up. We are not going to be on next week. Everybody, just a reminder. I have the audacity of going on a family vacation, so I will be unavailable. However, we will be back live in 2 weeks. And so for those keeping score at home, that will be the 21st of April. We will be live. So, but I do believe as a consolation prize that FGCon is next weekend. So for those of you that are looking to get your Fantasy Grounds fix, make sure you go check out FGCon. Sign up for a game, even if you got no experience, you've never played before. Catalyst is shaming me in the chat. Yeah, how dare I? So yes, so be sure to check out FGCon. I believe it's just fg-con.com is the website. You can go sign up for a session, check something, check one of those out, and we will see you guys in 2 weeks. So with that, thank you all for joining us. We'll see you in 2 weeks. All right, crew, we'll see you guys soon. All right, and we are signing off.
Remember, always use